what was this? Aliens finally talk to us.
I recently learned about a community on YouTube who uses something called light language to channel and communicate with aliens. And I just found it to be truly wild, so I've been practicing my light language, but I've been unable to get them on the line. I guess I just have bad service to the cosmic entities out there. So I fear my third eye may be forever closed. I might never experience the joy of tapping into that intergalactic Wi-Fi and communicating with these spacefaring organisms. However, not all is lost. I found a great YouTube channel called Skylife that actually did a really interesting video on it where she met with and interviewed an individual who claims to be able to communicate with aliens. I guess more accurately, she's able to allow alien communication through her as like a vessel. Kind of like...
So it's like, I don't know what he's about to say, but it's like, that one bitch who used to be able to talk to ghosts in that one show. She was like the only person in the world who like talked to ghosts, and she like, my mom used to watch it. She used to like go around to like families and shit and like help them with their dead relatives' problems or like make peace and shit.
Like in SpongeBob when they have the magic conch. Like she is...
Okay, completely different references. Let's go back to...
...communication through her as like a vessel. Kind of like in SpongeBob when they have the magic conch. Like, she is the human magic conch for the 5G extraterrestrials out there. Now, this should go without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway in my own version of light language. Do not go harass anyone in this video. Don't be a fucking douchebag. No matter how you feel about alien channeling or communication or anything like that, just don't be a fucking asshole. One thing that I've learned about recently, I haven't watched this video, but there is I think she's a YouTuber who talks to aliens. And it's kind of similar to the Kundalini. She's able to tap into the alien hierarchy and speak their language to us.
If I weren't experiencing this reality, it would seem insane to me.
You believe you're an alien?
Definitely. I can open up a portal, speak your own version of light language as well.
See, like, I feel like aliens communicate with just orgasms. Because every time there's an alien channeler, they're just constantly busting.
Activation vibration.
Do we have anyone fluent in light language that can translate?
Is she on drugs?
Like, I know I couldn't pop that in a babblefish. Shit would just explode.
Is she on drugs?
You have any experts?
Or just crazy?
You're dog shit, kid. Okay. I mean, that awfully long-winded for such a short sentence, but who am I to question the aliens?
They actually feel that they've come to Earth.
That was pretty low effort. At least the other ones are putting effort into making it sound like almost a language. Hers is just quiche, quiche, quiche.
They actually feel that they've come to Earth from another part of the galaxy. She's coming.
Quiche, mama, quiche, quiche.
For like 2 years.
Welcome.
I've been feeling you like you've been coming through the realms recently.
What does that mean, coming through the realms?
Like you've been appearing in different realities, your name.
So I believe you're understanding the gist of it, where it's individuals who enter a trance-like state. Like, you know when you're really fucking turbo gaming and you just enter this flow state where everything just starts connecting?
Okay, this makes
sense.
They
enter that zone and then start speaking light language, which is their way of communicating with aliens, I believe, at least to my understanding. Now, one thing that I'd like to immediately question here is whether or not the individual Skylife is meeting with is actually the human or aliens using her like a fucking meat puppet. You know, there's no way of confirming whether or not there's a human soul in that body anymore, because maybe she went too deep. She got too lost into the cosmic vibrations, the chakras, and the aliens, you know, like you stare too long in the abyss and it stares back into you. The aliens have now taken over that body, right? Kind of like in Peacemaker with the butterflies. What a lovely portal.
Where I live, we call it the portal.
Really?
The portal.
There's lots of synchronicities happening already.
There's so much nothing words.
Sekhmet.
What does that mean?
It's actually the
so many synchronicities.
He's a guy,
quarks.
but genders are. There's different crystals actually aligned.
I saw a bottle of
place,
brain juice.
All set with intention to like hold a specific frequency, so that you feel good, so that you feel nourished, so that you feel loved.
That's my favorite frequency. Is that FM or AM?
Can we talk about this beautiful altar over
Yes,
Yeah, she likes
we have a
shungite
bunch of
and shit,
different
which is
things
cool.
That are energetically represented.
Rest in peace, any
and, like,
Wi-Fi
symbolic
signals trying to
of
penetrate
certain
here.
frequencies to invoke
Bro,
something. I
I'm
haven't
just
eaten meat
so in
in
awe
11 years,
of what I'm
actually,
fucking
until I
watching
just
right
did
now, chat.
ayahuasca 2 weeks ago. And I had
What's
this whole
that?
thing come through where it was like, I partly identify with the fact that I've been vegan, that I haven't eaten meat for over 11 years, and I'm like, I need to dissolve that ego.
I want to sit down and really
Yes.
dive into all of
Let's
this.
do it.
So let's go back to
I like to imagine that situation. Fuck, I've been vegan for 11 years. I'm becoming too self-centered. Fucking starts blasting chicken nuggets and chicken wings. Alright, good. Now I'm humbled again.
Now
Back
I'm
to being
humbled
vegan.
again.
This story here
Hello.
really confused me. It was like veganism tenet. Like, I don't really know what she was trying to say. So I looked up ayahuasca because I'd never heard of that before. And it's apparently a plant-based psychedelic. So she basically had a trip and then was like, damn, I partly identify as being vegan. Which would make sense, right? Like, if you made the choice to be vegan, you should fully identify as being vegan. So why is it partly? And why is she looking at it as a negative thing? Perhaps this was like one of those weird out-of-body experiences. Like when Doctor Strange blasts
too high.
fucking
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man's soul out of his
Yeah.
body, and Tom Holland is like floating outside, and he's like, damn. She must have had that happen. Like the ayahuasca
Really put
just
everything in
split
reality.
soul from vessel, and she was like, shit, that's a vegan. And then what? Like, I don't know if because she said she didn't eat meat for 11 years until she did ayahuasca. So I'm assuming when she did, she started just fucking pounding meat, like gluttonous, grabbing pork, duck, veal, lamb,
Damn.
you know, all kinds of
Some
shit. Like that's the
liver.
impression I got. Like she was a vegan for 11 years until ayahuasca, where she had this epiphany where it's like, gee willikers, I guess I was vegan. Time to dissolve that for some reason. And it might be my fault because I'm not fluent in light language, so I have a hard time wrapping my head around a concept this big brain, this galaxy brain. Like in the cosmic scale of intelligence, I'm still down here at like the primordial ooze, and she's somewhere towards like a level 3, like a type 3 civilization intelligence, I think. Because I couldn't even spell ayahuasca. I thought ayahuasca was like a small town somewhere in the Midwest. I didn't know it was a psychedelic or anything. And when I was Googling it, I had to spell it like 20 different ways before I finally found the correct spelling for the plant-based psychedelic. So
How do you spell
really,
it?
it's probably just my lack of understanding because my brain isn't like truly opened. I'm not using 150% of all my neurons.
what's it called? A hand drum?
A handpan, but it's a space drum. It
It's
is
a UFO
It's actually a spaceship.
in your lab.
It's a
that
cosmic
plays
instrument.
Sound frequencies that are like cosmic binaural beat sound frequencies that register to certain parts of your brain and activate certain awarenesses and consciousness.
It's like the secret space program instruments.
Feel. Same thing as light language.
I don't understand.
Unlocking our memories from our spacefaring days.
How do I
Your
do
soul
it?
It's kind
gets
of
it.
like I would love to.
I'd love to
create
talk to
a
some aliens,
space, a
please.
container to
I
where
would
you
love to
feel
talk to
comfortable
some
and
what's
feel
up.
cold to allow your
they have
soul to speak
Fortnite
your
out
own
there?
version of light language as well. And as I was meditating, these 3 light beings appeared
Light
on each side of my
beings.
bed, like kind of what you would think an alien would look like, where they were really tall, their heads were different shapes, and their arms and their legs were more lengthy, and they had maybe about 3 or 4 fingers.
How much drugs did you take before that experience, though? Is what I want to know.
I couldn't
so like a-
fully see, but
you-
they weren't.
you
physical
communicated
form,
with a
they were
Ninja Turtle.
emanations of light.
With
you
the
were
Ninja
awake.
Turtle.
I was awake.
Imagine
I was not sleeping.
Mikey's
I
just
wasn't in a dream,
communicating
and
with
they
her.
just lifted
like, I just
out
need a
my
pizza.
light body so I could see it. Almost. I started thinking about Arcturians. Arcturians.
Oh,
what are
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Arcturians?
So
Ah.
the name Arcturians just
Real quick, just to connect everything here, this is so serendipitous. She decided
Yeah,
to bring this up.
I
I mean,
need to
maybe
know
we are
all this
vibrating on
lore.
the same frequencies thanks to this portal. The SSP, Secret Space Program, that's very big in Arcturians. So the Arcturians, they're a spacefaring lizard race, and they can also have shape-shifting abilities as well as vampirism. I think they can also be werewolves as well. So really, it all kind of blends together. So she might be speaking the truth. She could be a Secret Space Program member. Yeah, I'm sure all of you that accept the truth of our universe are very familiar with the Arcturians. Very cunning, very intelligent beings out there.
Yo,
in Mass
what?
Effect, I'm sure they were somewhere in the Citadel as well. They're something that always gets brought up in pretty much every single conspiracy theory, that at least ones that involve space. I don't exactly understand why,
The
but somehow
Arcturians?
Arcturians just always find their way into these communities.
Fully relaxing your nervous system.
Can we move the cat? It's gonna get caught in the crossfire beams.
Nah, the cat is trying to get more self-aware too.
Oh shit. Fuck, I'm starting to transcend.
Damn.
And I don't even have like the eucalyptus oil on
that
me
weed?
or whatever.
What is
oh my
that?
god. Oh, kalimba!
Shwarasiki asha salafwa kapi as asham indiki asha safua.
It's coming!
Mentioning it still.
Which is natural and normal, and that's a part of the fun, where it's like we forget so that we can remember.
My fear is that I'm just gonna make things up.
At first, it may
I
feel like
see
that,
now.
but you have to give yourself
I
permission to
see.
remember.
I
Normal, and
see.
That's a part of the fun, where it's like we forget so that we can remember.
My fear is that I'm just gonna make things up.
At first, it may feel like that, but you have to give yourself permission because that's still the ego doubting.
It's like
and then if
the
he's
exact
speaking to
opposite,
you
I would
as
think.
well, it'll be a conversation.
So from what I can tell here, the ritual, the sacred ceremony to start summoning the aliens here to our dimension consists of just laying down while having obscure instruments being played over top of you, I guess, to align your
And then
vibrational
a fat ass
you know,
joint. They
frequency
light a
with
fat
the
ass
correct
joint and just
space
let it burn.
frequency or something. I like when she brought out the kalimba though. I actually had a kalimba myself for a while that I can't find now. Perhaps some kind of cosmic burglar came in to steal it because maybe kalimbas are too powerful an instrument. Maybe I was pretty close to summoning a dangerous alien here. But I had this kalimba and I could play the Teriyaki Boys on it from Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift. The dun 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 dun. Yeah, I'm sure you know what I'm talking about.
Nice.
So I was a little disappointed to see that she didn't break out into that solo there and get that pumping, because that probably would have summoned some fucking badass aliens. Like, the aliens would have come in and start talking about, like, fucking horsepower, diesel, suspension, shocks, and carburetors. They probably wouldn't have even summoned
Probably
an
would've
alien, and they
talked
just
about
probably would have
family,
brought in
too.
Dominic Toretto or
Yeah,
something.
exactly.
I also really like that line, we forget so
Exactly.
that we can remember.
That makes
It's basically just a Mudvayne song, Forget to Remember. So maybe they're summoning the spirit of Mudvayne, I guess, trying to get that band back together.
Okay, so like bringing our energy into our hands and let's activate
That was
the
profound.
Energy.
And so we're just gonna
Speak
be like,
it.
kind of moving the torso.
Come on,
Basically,
let's
Ah,
go.
here we go.
Oh, she's falling into the galactic stream of vibrations. The chakras. Oh, fuck!
What's going on?
It's a close encounter with the third kind!
Ah, she's basically the bitch from The Exorcist. She's literally having an exorcism.
I just.
Be careful!
She's
It's too much
she's
energy!
having the.
She's
Oh,
gonna go
no!
turn into Dr. Manhattan! Who am I communicating with?
It's the
Who's
devil.
on the horn?
It's the devil. Oh
Banish
no! Send it to another realm. Please send it to
Get out
another
of this
realm.
realm! No! She's too deep!
Oh, her soul's gone. She's never coming back.
Alright, we're coming down. Fuck, that was close.
Oh,
I
she's
was tapped
okay.
into the mainframe.
She's okay now. Oh no, it's still there. She's still speaking tongue. I'm just saying, if they tried this back in like the early 1800s, 1700s, whenever the fuck there was like witches and shit, these motherfuckers would have been. It would have been over for them so quick. They were speaking in tongue. Like that's about
Oh,
all
now
you
she's
needed
communicating
right
with an alien comedian, huh?
They would have called in the people from The Conjuring. What's that family? Those two motherfuckers who did like a bunch of exorcisms and shit.
What'd you say?
Honestly, they should bring them in anyways. Fuck it, dude.
Good lord.
Oh,
Jesus!
Oh,
Let her go!
She's getting possessed again.
Jesus, have some class! These fucking cosmic beings! Stop it!
What is happening?
Oh my god.
Honestly, I just want some random person who's never seen the internet before to just watch this video. That's the first thing they've seen.
Where did she
It's
travel?
like, this is what life has come to in 2020.
Oh, sounds
The
good.
adventure continues.
Yep.
Damn.
Bye bye.
I wonder if they banished the bean.
That was interesting. you know, that was pretty good. Skibbity-dee-dee,
I wonder if they're gonna do a part 2 where they fully banish the baby.
That was me saying goodbye in light language. It does seem cathartic to just get the wiggles out and like just have a full body exorcism like that. I imagine that probably feels pretty good. I don't know if it necessarily makes me a believer in the communication with aliens through light language, but if nothing else, as long as it makes...
There was clearly light language demon that was controlling
them happy. I guess that's
100%.
what matters. You know, it's not